actually just going to take you through a seated Pilates session today. But before we start our Pilates, we need to get into our Pilates stance, which is having a neutral spine. This is all about using your core muscles and breathing. So I'm going to turn sideways to show you how to get into neutral spine. So whether you're sitting or standing, you may just naturally sit with your shoulders hunched a little bit, especially if you work over a desk a lot, or maybe your hips are slightly forward or your back slightly rounded. So what we're going to do, we're going to just rock backwards and forwards a couple of times. Can you see sort of tilting my pelvis backwards and forwards? And somewhere in the middle, for me, it's about there, is my neutral position. So once you're into neutral, what you need to do is make sure that your shoulder blades are down towards your back pockets and you're sitting up on your sit bones, these bones here in your bottom. Okay, so we're sitting really tall, shoulders are back, in neutral, and I'm not breathing in because I can talk, but I'm pulling my tummy button in towards my spine. I'm imagining I've got a string pulling me up through my head towards the sky. So I'm sitting really still and straight, okay? So the first thing we're going to start with is working our neck muscles and relaxing our head and our shoulders. So first of all, let's do right ear to right shoulder, okay? And then left ear to left shoulder. So you're just keeping your head straight and dropping your ear towards your shoulder. I've seen a few people in the past sort of bring their head forward. You don't need to do that for this, it's literally ear to shoulder, and you will then feel a stretch coming down this muscle, down the side of your neck, onto your shoulder and going back into the muscle, the big muscle at the back that goes sort of from the base of your head to your back. It's shaped like a triangle and it's called the trapezius. Okay, so we're going to start using these muscles and just lengthening our muscles, which in turn will strengthen them. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take that step further and we're going to look over our right shoulder. So again, staying absolutely still, keeping your tummy button pulled in so that you're using your core, and just look over your right shoulder just as far as you can go, and then back to the middle and over your left shoulder and back to the middle. Can you feel you're really giving that muscle in the neck a good stretch now? Okay, a different stretch to the one where you're dropping your ear to shoulder. Okay, to the middle, and then one more over the right shoulder, and to the middle, and then to the left shoulder, and the middle. And now we're just going to take our head round in a circular motion. So we're going to drop our chin slightly. Imagine you have a peach under your chin, so you don't pull your chin in too far to the base of your neck here, okay, because you will choke. So just drop your chin slightly and roll your head onto your shoulder and all the way round and down. So again, over to the left, roll the head back, roll it to your right shoulder and then down. And we'll do a couple more that way, and then we're going to turn direction, change direction. Okay. And we do this very slowly because if you were to do it fast, you would start to feel a little bit dizzy. Okay. So now we're going to go the other way. So to the right, roll our head, take it back, over to the left and down. And you might feel some creaks in your neck or in your shoulders. That's absolutely fine. It happens to everybody. We all stiffen up, whatever age we are. If you've been sitting still or standing still or over a desk or driving, you will get some tension in your neck and shoulders. So once more, all the way round, over our right shoulder, head back, and then bring your head back into a normal position. Now we're going to work our shoulders a little bit. So first of all, we're going to bring our shoulder blades up to our ears. So instead of taking our ears down to our shoulders, we're bringing our shoulders up. But when we drop them, we don't just drop them, we control what we're doing. So we bring our shoulder blades, our shoulder joints up to our ears and down. It would be difficult to get your shoulder blades up, wouldn't it? Up and take them down. Shoulders up and take them down and up and down. And now we're just going to roll through our shoulders. So pop your hands on your shoulders, make sure your elbows are sort of in a straight line, okay, they're vertical. You don't want your shoulders, your elbows down, and you don't want your elbows pointing up, okay. just straight. So we're going to roll back a few times and then we're going to roll forward. And the reason I've sort of mentioned about controlling your movements before is when Joseph Pilates invented Pilates, if you like, I think he called it controlology, something like that anyway, which is a bit of a strange word nowadays to use, but Pilates is about controlling your movements and making small movements and fluid movements. So just a little bit of something to interest you. Backwards a little bit more. That's it. So keep those elbows straight out and the other way. And now we're going on to some arm exercises. This is really good for your upper arms. It's called palms up, palms up. So we take our palms and we face them up, and then we twist our arms as far as we can to get our palms up at the back. If you can only get that far at the moment, that's fine. The more you practice this, the easier it will become. And it does really make a difference to your upper arms. So we're just doing palms up and turn and palms up. Okay, so really simple exercise. You can do this whenever and wherever you are. Okay, but you will start to feel it in your arms and you'll start to define the muscles in your upper arm. Okay, so we do a couple more of palms up, palms up. One more, backwards and forwards. And then let's take our arms into the H shape, which I often do, and we're just going to really engage the muscles in our arms. So think about, focus on the muscles that you're using and just push up and down. If you can't see the top of my hands, I do apologise. The screen isn't big enough, but you can just see what I'm doing. And my hands, my fingers are just facing up like that. Okay, so I'm just really engaging my fingers, my hands, and my muscles in my arms and thinking about what I'm doing. But I'm also pulling my tummy button in towards my backbone because that means your core is engaged. So we do a couple more of those. And then take our arms down and shrug through the shoulders a couple of times just to loosen those shoulders up. Okay, the last exercise we're going to do with our arms for now is we're going to take one arm over our head. So literally, you're just curving it like a C and taking it over your head and stretching. And you're stretching this muscle down the side of your body, your obliques. So this really is good for the waist. As we stretch one side, the other side curves and contracts. So we're doing both sides. And then the other side. So that is just in a curve above my head. Okay. And then another couple either side. So can you feel the stretch down here? If you can, fantastic, that's really well done. You're doing the exercise perfectly. And then the other side. Really stretch that. And then bring that down. And now we're going to do some side stretches. So again, still for the obliques and using the muscles in our waist, we're just going to go down one side. Okay. The other side, the arm comes slightly up. And we're just bending again from the waist. Really good exercises for your spine as well, because we tend not to move our spine an awful lot. So we are extending our spine, we're curving it, we're stretching it, and that affects all the muscles around it. So good for your muscles and good for your bones. If you just always remember with Pilates, you're lengthening and strengthening your muscles and you're lubricating your joints. So one more either side, down and up, down and up. Excuse me. Okay, so that's enough with our arms for now. We're just going to go into some movements for our back. So I'm going to turn around. I've drunk coffee earlier and it's gone down the wrong way. We're now going to do what's called the cat-cow. So you're just going to curve your back. Okay, so curve your spine into a real C curve here. And then we're going to take it the other way and we're going to sort of make it concave. So we're over-exaggerating the curve in our back. So I'm looking up, my shoulders are pressed back and my spine is curved. So now we're going to go the other way and do what I call our cat. And then the other way. And that's what I call my cow. Some people just call this cat. It's a cat stretching and then a cat completely relaxing. And a cat stretching. Can you see my back curving slightly? And then the other way. Okay, so one more. And then back. Fantastic. Doing a great job there. We're now going to go on to our legs and do some exercises with our legs. So first of all, let's start with some leg lifts. So your arms should be relaxed, as should your shoulders, and you're just bringing one leg up and taking it down. And then the other leg up and taking it down. And so our left leg up, just straighten it out as far as you can. Okay, and then we're going to turn this into a slightly different movement because we're going to flex and extend our ankle, flex and point. Okay, so now I'm going to bring my left leg up and I'm going to point and flex and point and flex. Can you feel the difference in the muscles that you're using? Yeah, definitely in your calf you can, possibly all along your hamstring. When you're flexing, you'll really feel that. Okay, so flex. When you flex, send all the energy out through your heel, and when you point, you're pointing like a ballerina. So you're just pointing your foot straight. Okay, now take that one down and then bring the other leg up, and we'll point and flex and point and flex, point and flex. Keeping our tummy buttons pulled in, point and flex, and our shoulder blades down towards our back pocket. Point and flex, point and flex. Okay, we're now going to do some leg circles. So when you bring your leg up, you're just going to point and do some tiny little leg circles. I'd started with ankle circles. Did you spot the mistake? So you're just literally lifting your thigh slightly off your chair and just doing some little leg circles, drawing a tiny little O with your toe. And then we flex and we go the other way. So we're now drawing an O with our ankle. Do excuse the dog. Saw her come in earlier. Okay, and take that down. That's quite tough on a chair. Right leg up, pointed, tiny little leg circles. Okay, so tiny, make sure that your leg is straight. Okay, so no bends here, but keep the knees slightly soft. Don't sort of lock the knees out when you're doing Pilates because that's not good for the back. And then flex and leg circles the other way. Okay, so down. Now just relax for a second. What I want you to do now is pop your hands on your upper abdomen, and we're just going to do some deep breathing. So by that I mean breathing through our nose and out through our mouth. And when we breathe in, you hold the breath for a couple of seconds and then breathe out. Because what you're doing is you're really filling your lungs, your diaphragm with lots of air. We're doing deep breathing as opposed to the shallow breathing we do in our everyday lives. So deep in, out, in, out. And we do one more of either, of both, in and out. And now we're going to do a baby cobra but facing forward. So link your hands together and push out. And what you're doing here, you're opening out your upper back. Okay, so you're really stretching your upper back and your shoulder joints. Really, really stretching. And then just relax. And then what you're going to do is turn sideways in your chair and we'll do a baby cobra backwards. So you link your hands together and you pull down, okay? So you're not particularly squeezing your shoulder blades together. They're still down towards your back pocket, as are your shoulders, but you're opening the chest out, and this is good for the pectoral muscles. Okay, so relax. Let's do another one. Baby cobra. And relax. And then we'll do another. Really push down. Can you feel this in your upper back and your chest? Excellent. And then down, and one more. Baby cobra. And then down. And now we're going to come back and we're going to do just a couple more exercises for our waist. So we're just going to put our hands together like a Russian dancer. You can have your feet flat on the floor if they reach. Mine don't, which is why I keep crossing my legs. And we're just going to turn to the right and just twist round as far as you can from your waist. It's actually easier to do this exercise in a chair than standing, because when you stand, it's quite easy to turn your hips and your pelvis, and that's supposed to be the area we're keeping still. So we're not using our pelvis, our hips or our legs. We're just really turning from the waist. Just getting some rotation in to our spine. Back to the middle. We'll do one more to the right. And then back to the middle. And now we're going to open our arms and do this. So you're going to take one arm back and you're going to watch that arm all the way as far as you can go. Just look at your fingertips and then come back. So we just carry on here with a little bit of rotation for our waist all the way as far as you can go. And then back and then all the way. I'm going to do a couple more on either side and back and then all the way. With that left arm and back. So well done. What we're going to do now is an exercise. It's part of what was called the 100. We can't do the whole 100 from a chair, but we're going to lift our legs up in the air and we're just going to have them pointed, okay? And we're going to take our arms up in the air and we're going to pulse them back, okay? So we're going to do 30 of those. So pulsing is just really doing that, but we've got our arms up in the air. So again, I do apologise if you can't see the whole of my arm. But I'm literally going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 30 will do us. And legs down, and then we'll do another 30 then. So legs up, keeping your legs really straight, engaging your muscles. Can you feel the muscles here in the top of your thighs? Arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Using the whole of your core here if you're pulling your tummy button in as well. Okay. Fantastic. So that sort of takes us to the end of today's exercises. For a cool down on the chair, it's not so easy to do, but it's just doing a few stretches. So when we finish, you can just do some stretches. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Stretch them down, stretch them out to the sides. Okay, you can stand up and have a stretch if you want, touch your toes, whatever you want. Just do some exercises to bring your body down to normal state, because I would imagine after all of that your heart's going just a tiny little bit. So thank you very much for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.